All right, for that one, I had to let it play out just a little longer, right? Come on. It's the flight of the bumblebee. I had to play it. Hello, everyone. Although it fits the blog as well sometimes. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm wave meteorologist Brian. Welcome to the blog today. Live right now on, let's see, I can't play piano. Thank you, Carrie. Yeah, close enough. Teddy Abrams, if you're watching, I'm available. I'm on Facebook, YouTube. What else we got? X, as well as Facebook. I already said that, I think. Twitch. And today, I am also on TikTok. They're behind me. Be Good WX, Be Good Weather, is where I'm at on TikTok. So everyone... You guys are behind me. Sorry that you're getting that view, but you're getting the view of the setup that I'm looking at every day. And I will be taking you guys, if you are on TikTok, I will take you on a little bit of a trip. We may surprise Tawana, although Tawana's always watching, so she may know I'm coming. I'm just kind of giving a sort of heads up so she gets all of her food out of the way, off her snacks, makeup, boxes, lotion. There's stuff everywhere all the time. Good morning, everybody. Who was first today? I didn't see. Carrie. Carrie was first. That's right. Hello. They're looking at your behinds. What Carrie says. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. There's not much there to talk about. Okay. Hello, Angela. Watch on YouTube and comment on Facebook. There you go, Angela. That's the way to do it. Good morning from Bloomington. You had a record this morning, huh? Up at IU, the Bloomington area. 49 this morning. We'll take a look at our lows here in just a second. As always, let's get into the fall countdown. Oh, the numbers are ticking away, right? We are now down to 40 or 27 days. Well, I said 40. 27 days and counting. Obviously, it's basically here this week, right? But it's a preview. It's important to stress the preview part of this. We are going to warm back up, and as we've alluded to, 90 is still reachable, right? And we may get close to it next week before we reset, and we may have another surge where we get close to 90. But that's a little bit later in the blog, but I'm not going to get too in the weeds on that because you got to keep in mind that coming up tomorrow will, of course, be the fall outlook, right? So I gotta hold on to some nuggets. Actually, it's Thursday, isn't it? Oh, then why did I do the music like that then? Like it was a big shocker. Thursday, you get 2 more days. 2 more days and go to count there on that. All right, Adam, you start out the conversation in the right direction. Our lows this morning, Louisville dropped to 56, 49 into Fort Knox. Look at Breckinridge County, 45. Also matches Meade County at 45, and that was the lowest that I was able to find right now in the wave country was 45 on sensors that were tracking. Your home thermometer probably had something lower, to be honest, but 45 is the lowest I was able to find. And it will get even cooler for tonight. That will be the coolest, though, tonight. After that, we will rebound back up, and lows, again, back in the 60s to near 70 will be coming back into play. So enjoy this while it is here, but not mid-70s or 80-degree lows. Those are done for the year, but getting into the 60s, you bet, that will be coming our way. All right, so right now it's beautiful outside. Look at that blue sky overhead. We'll likely get more cumulus that will form later for this afternoon. We're expecting temperatures to climb back into the 70s again, maybe a smidge cooler than our 78 that we had yesterday, like 76, 77, something like that. Not a huge difference, but maybe a degree or 2 counts. We'll take it. 62 is where we're at now in Louisville. And now Breckenridge is 61, so you're almost to a 20-degree climb just since sunrise. Dry air is fascinating, especially in a beginning drought scenario. It rapidly rises and it rapidly cools. I love that personally. I love the dramatics of the morning and afternoon. I hate when it's already feels like 90 when you wake up and it just feels like 90 all day and night. I like the change throughout the day. I think it's nice, but you also have to dress in layers, right? You got to prepare for weather like this. Long sleeves or a jacket in the morning, but you'll be in the shorts in the afternoon. I can't even see the satellite because there's nothing to show. Different birds are triggering there on the radar beams. Wider view shows most of the action still stuck to the southwest of us, where again it has to go around us. Our road is closed, sorry. It has to go around. Our next chance of getting to rain actually is a hint of it there into Omaha, but there's a boundary that'll allow for some moisture to get scooped up with it. There's not a lot, I think PWatts, and we'll look at this in a second. PWatts gets about 1, maybe 1.25, enough to get rain. But in this scenario, being in a drought that's developing in many areas of central Kentucky especially, I don't know if that's going to be enough. It may be for an isolated shower or maybe a thunderstorm that could form, but a widespread soaking rain, yeah, it just can't happen in this type of setup. Not from that angle, and not with rain to the south, which will be blocking the deeper moisture flow. And our flow will be coming from the west-northwest, not a south wind, so we don't get any help from the Gulf. Anyway, so it's whatever moisture this can scoop up in the Midwest and bring it our way is what we will have a rain chance with at the end of the week, and that's just not going to be a lot. Some of you have been probably hearing the reports. I thought I had the video in here, but I couldn't find it. The haboob into Phoenix. Haboob, one of my favorite meteorological terms. In fact, it probably is my favorite meteorological term, and it was on my seal when I took my test for my seal. That was on there. Now, I was hoping it was because I studied it a lot, so I was like, I really hope it was on there. It was. But it's basically a dust storm, simply put. But the images in Phoenix near the airport, especially in the downtown area, pretty wild. And we may have that on midday today coming up. But the reports there, you could see that it came in last evening of that haboob moving in. Boy, those things can be nasty, though. I mean, they cover your car, your homes. Visibility drops. Obviously, they can't use anything aviation-wise. It's kind of a mess there. And, that's TikTok, so you may have to say hello. There's Myra.
Hi,
do you need on right away?
you're all right.
You sure?
Yeah, I need to drink more coffee.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, you just sit back and, if you want to talk TikTok, you can. You're fine. It won't be a long block today, so we'll be wrapping up before long. But we've got temperatures staying generally 70s today. Again, the coolest air will be settling to the area tonight into the 40s, widespread 40s. Whether or not we drop to 40s here in Louisville is very unlikely. I wouldn't rule it out in some parts of Jefferson County, but majority of the area is going to be lower 50s, looks like in the city. The record is 51, so I mean, it is going to be close. Tomorrow, again, just a smidge warmer. Then there we go. See, a little bit of Cape. We haven't seen that in a while. A little bit of Cape shows up with that boundary as it drops in from the north. Some lightning and thunder there, but as it drops down here, you already see the signs of what's happening, right? It starts to fizzle out. We will continue that trend into the Thursday, Friday window, maybe a shower or two that could form on the edge of that boundary, but it will slide through to allow for a slight drop in temperature. I'm only talking a couple degrees on Saturday, and then we'll rebound rapidly as we get into Sunday and into Labor Day. And it's worth mentioning, if you have any vacation plans for Florida or the Carolina beaches for the holiday weekend, we need to watch this. This is a fading front in the Gulf area. Sometimes you can get tropical development out of this. Could we have Gabrielle sneaking up on us in the southeast corner? It's possible. It wouldn't be a threat here, but it would be again for the beaches. For us, though, it would allow for warmer air to flow in, warm and dry. Back into the 80s we go for Labor Day. And then here comes our next front that'll drop down about the Wednesday, Thursday window. Timing on that still being worked out. I don't think it's going to have a ton of moisture, but it'll try again to give us what it can. And it'll be our better chance in the extended, but it's still only like a 20, 30%, not very high. But it will drop the numbers down. Some of that's rain-cooled air when it passes by, and then a bit of a coolness behind it, but we'll reset this pattern again and warm right back up. So what about the long term? Well, when I looked at some of the long-range models, let me show this full screen. I was looking at the Euro and the Euro AI. The Euro AI did not do very well with the tropics as of late, but I was looking at on the temperature profile for the 7th of September, right after Labor Day, just to track them, to see how they're doing, because obviously this will be the first big year for the Euro AI for winter coming up. I want to see its track record. Well, this is what it shows after Labor Day as a dramatic drop on the right-hand side in temperature, but the actual Euro model does not. The true battle of artificial intelligence coming into play here. We'll see how that plays out in the long term. Here's your 7-day. Again, not too bad, right? We increase the clouds a bit as that front gets closer to us. Thursday into Friday, we'll watch that. Otherwise, a slight drop at tip again on Saturday, warming up. 85 for Labor Day, and then getting closer to 90, upper 80s next week. Summer fights back with a chance to get some rain at the very end of that forecast. Will the drought skew September warmer than normal? It could, possibly, but I do see more shots of cool air, and as long as those shots of cool air arrive, and if you get any type of cutoff low, this is a good pattern for a cutoff low. If you get one that can form, you can get a day of rain and rain-cooled air that could really mess up the numbers. So it's not really a cool shot of air from Canada, it's just rain-induced blocking the sun. That could happen later in September. We'll be talking more about that in the long-term outlook as well. Joel's going to the golf. All right. Let us know what happens there, Joel. Do I have spammers? I didn't see the spammer. Where's the spammer at? Oh, the PayPal account. Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Sorry. Let me get rid of it. It's Haboob, not Ha. You know, it's Haboob. That's the name of a dust storm. Myra's looking at me like, what are you saying right now? I'm not talking about boobs. I'm talking about Haboobs. Like, ha, boobs. No, Haboobs. Well, that's good. See, that's why it was always interesting thing in meteorology. You never forget it once you study it. All right, guys, I'm gonna stay on TikTok, and I'm gonna do a little bit of behind the scenes stuff with that, and we'll see if Tawana was indeed paying attention or not. We'll be back tomorrow. Don't forget again, Fall Outlook coming up on Thursday. You guys have a good one. I will see you guys coming up on the flip side on midday today, so make sure to tune in.